In some ways, it shows how important the profession, the trade of journalism really is, to get the story out, to report it with passion, with putting these guys put their lives on the line, and increasingly they're everybody's becoming a journalist as well. We're seeing everyone's got a camera, and people are actually risking their lives still to tell the story, to get the word out about what's happening. We see this extraordinary refugee crisis happening with the Rohingya refugees fleeing into Bangladesh, and it's so important to tell the story of what's happening. There were some children's drawings, and I've seen I'm now working at UNICEF. In the last week, I've seen drawings exactly the same as those drawings, which have been brought out and drawn by children fleeing from that crisis where there were no cameras. So.
One of the people covering that particular crisis is Jeff Gettleman, and Jeff is now the New York Times bureau chief for Southeast Asia, and he was on the safari. He was one of the kids, and we've got AJ here somewhere who was on the safari as well. But that safari was transformative for the kids who were on it. Christopher Nolan, all of you women in film know who he is. Chris was on that safari, and he took the films that he was a kid filmmaker at the time, but it was a transformative time for them to be on that safari. Amy was only 16 years old. She turned 16 on it. Eleanor Tatum, who is the bureau chief the publisher of the Amsterdam News, she was on it as well. But the reason we made this film was not just to tell the story of journalists, or not just to tell the story of refugees, but to do a film that could literally inspire a movement, ignite light fires in people who would want to go out and say, hey, you know what, there's more. You know what, the life that I'm leading is great, but there is more, and I want to do more, be more, feel more, love more, give more. And that's what we're up to now, and that's where I'm so grateful for those of you who are here, is how do we enlist you in this army of transformation, and what do we do, and how do we get AP and Reuters and the UNICEF and everybody connected. Dan said connection is a solution.